Oh, I forgot to turn the microphone on. Thank you, Peggy. That'll be a great first 10 minutes of my live stream when it goes up. Hello, Peggy. Hello, I love you. Thank you. If I ever need one, I'll have to make you a mod. Remind me to turn my mic on. As I was saying, yes. Well, I was just saying how May 2 weekend, I really want to clean up around I have this decaying fence. I need to clean up brush and maybe cut up. So I have chlorine pucks from my pool. I want to crush up and maybe melt in some hot water and hopefully destroy some of the brush that I can't cut. And I thanked my buddy for mowing my lawn yesterday. He's a god and I love him. Mwah. Since none of that was heard because my mic was off. I was also saying the weather is super nice today. I do. It's a teardown pool. But if memory serves, last year, the motor pooched and like two hoses ripped. Yes. And so also, nobody used my pool at all last year. Nobody. I didn't even use it. The year before, I think I was the only one that used it. So I'm not bothering with it this year. But I think I'll use that chlorine or some of the pucks, and crush them up in some hot water and see if I can't destroy all the brush that's growing between me and my neighbor. Because it looks atrocious. Yeah. It'll be mad work, but if it works, it'll be totally worth it. So, how was your weekend? Do anything fun over the weekend, Peggy? My boyfriend and I ended up going on a fairly decent walk yesterday. Not his kind of walk. He likes to walk like in the bush. And it's been far too wet for that crap. You got your pool pump fixed. Did yours pooch too? From what I've seen in your videos, you have like an in-ground pool, right? You have like a real pool. Yeah. I've looked into it. I've looked into getting you can get fairly cheap actually. Like a half in ground, half above ground sort of deal pool. And I think when I last checked, I think I last checked like a year or two ago, you can get that done for something like 5 grand. The catch being you have to do the digging. And I'm not down for that. I was all for it until I saw that you have to do the digging. Really? Oh, it's a community pool and you're the only one well, that's pretty fantastic. And then you don't even have to do the maintenance on it either. That's awesome. Does your pool use like chlorine or is it what is it, bromine, I think is another one, or salt water? I think if I was to put a pool in or get a pool, I would want it to be salt water. It's supposed to be really good for your skin. I have really shitty skin. Chlorine, yeah. I tend to under chlorine my pool. You prefer lakes? Lakes scare me. I'm scared of everything that lives in water. It's a thing. I can remember when I first moved here, um, my mother lived in like the beach area here. So we used to go spend a lot of time at the beach. And Boo Boo was just a toddler. I think he was like 3. And we would go to the lake. Hi Sam, how you doing? You like gloves? What gloves do I have at home? I do not wear them. I haven't worn gloves. Ooh. When I was in high school, I used to wear like the leather biker gloves. Now the only gloves I wear are like fighting gloves, like when I do my kickboxing and stuff. What kind of gloves do you have at home, Sam? I totally lost track of what I was saying. Peggy, help me! Oh, the lake. Yeah, I'd go into the lake with Boo Boo, and the minnows would come, and the minnows would like suck on your knees and stuff. And he would giggle and laugh. He thought it was great. It freaked me right out. I hate the lake. I don't, no. I'm a pool girl. When I was a kid, I loved the lake. And in fact, I can remember going to the Toronto Islands once when I was a kid. It rained all day. Spent the whole day looking for shelters. But it was hot as balls. And so my mom and I ended up jumping into the lake, which of course was Lake Ontario. And yeah, my brother was like flipping out, and you're gonna get 3 eyes and 4 nipples, and we're and there were like dead fish and stuff floating around in there. I mean, it's Lake Ontario, but whatever. Yeah, you like to stay and watch this. Oh, moving too quick, moving too quick. Oh. Yeah, so that's my theory on lakes. Oceans are worse. Oh, listen, things will kill you in the ocean. I don't think there's anything that can kill you in a lake, but they're freaky. They're freaky, and I don't like them. I was actually watching it wasn't National Geographic. It was something on YouTube, just like some sort of animal professional. Oh, you used to surf? Oh, that's cool. I can remember trying to once. It didn't bode well. I'll stick to things like tubing. Anything that requires like balance or not not she. I am probably the least graceful person on the entire planet. In fact, my boyfriend was commenting on that yesterday. We were trying to figure out where to go walking. And I had mentioned this path that I knew. It's actually it's just been redone. Um, it's a finished path, right? Whereas, like I said, he likes to walk through the bush and shit. I will die. I will break my ankle. You have to airlift my ass out of there. I will die. I'm a wannabe hiker. Not a, you know what? No. Not even a want. No. I like to walk. I like to go for a nice walk. I will walk for hours as long as I can sit down every now and again and haul on my e-cigarette, maybe take a sip of coffee. But I like to people watch. I like to walk where there's, people at arm's length because I don't want them close to me. But yeah, I'm a voyeur. I like to watch people and not interact. As long as there's pretty scenery and lots of things to watch, I will walk for hours. Hours. But hiking? No. Hiking becomes cardio, okay? Which is running. And I will meet Jesus before I run. No. But good for you. My boyfriend's forever trying to get me to go running with him. He wants to start running. Cool. Keep telling him, I will take you. Go wherever it is you want. I will take you to the track, whatever. I will then sit comfortably in my car, haul on my e-cigarette, drink a coffee, and cheer you on, bro. I am not looking to get into shape. I do not care. I actually tried for like 3 or 4 years hardcore. I was hitting the gym. I had a personal trainer. I was walking everywhere. And yeah, I saw no visual changes. So I just do what I do and carry on. It's less stressful that way. I actually had a friend on Twitter make a post. I think it was a meme. It's probably a meme. That's all I react to on there. Making fun of scales. I don't know. The scale said something she didn't like, so she's making it sit in the corner until it apologizes. It was funny. And I said to her, funny as that is, I personally have never owned a scale. Scales are very scary to me, for lack of a better word. I don't know. I take that number very, very seriously, and I have in fact stopped eating because like a doctor or somebody has actually told me my numerical weight, and I go, okay, well, and we're done with food. So it's best that I don't know. And in fact, my doctors all know now, like, don't tell me. I know you need to know. I know I need to get on that bad boy, but just write it down and drop it. Don't tell me. Yeah, it's funny. That's a very weird thing for me. I've heard that that's a really good way for a lot of people. I don't know how. Oh, well, and then there's that, right? Nothing fits. I know the last time I was actually told my weight, I think I would have to to go to my ideal weight. I think I'd have to lose something like 60 pounds. Yeah. See, I don't my eldest, Boo Boo, okay, he's easily 6 feet tall, okay? He's like this all the way around. It's disgusting. Although so was I back in the day. This is what kids do to you. And that excuse will hold until Monkey is 20, okay? But he wears a lot of, and he has, well, everything he wears is baggy regard. He's just he's ridiculously skinny. But I have to take him to like a jean boutique, a place that only sells like blue jeans. And he has to get jeans that fit both his leg and his waist. he has to go to the women's section and buy skinny jeans. Otherwise, like even with a belt, it gets all bunchy and weird. And yeah, I mean, he's like this. And he's very self-conscious about it, I will say. Also, he's gotten better with it, but you lost your ass. That's sad. See, that terrifies me. I would hate the thought of losing weight and losing my ass because I love my ass. I'm just saying. I love my ass. I've always loved my ass. Like, even when I was younger, like in my teens and early 20s, and I was, we'll say, skinny, I had a very round ass. Aww. Well, we'll suck all the fat out of here for me and we'll put it in your ass. I'm here to help. Here to help, girl. I got you. Uh-oh, there's Big Daddy. I told him I was live streaming at 1. I gotta remind him that I'm live streaming. There. I guess maybe I should turn my notifications down or off. That's media, ringtone, notifications. I'm going to leave the ringtone on in case one of my kids calls for whatever reason. Nobody else will call me, though. They know I don't like to be on the phone. Cheryl! How you doing, girl? Oh, I think I missed a couple. I bet you had a great butt, Peggy. You know what? I have faith in you. You can get your ass back. Lots of squats, girl. I saw your question about that last night, and I'm not sure if I answered or not. I don't remember. I think I average about 20 because I have very thin hair and I try to make it as full as I can up here. I think it's about 20. But I could probably easily put 25 up there. Yeah. I don't have a lot of hair up here and I have a very small head. Pudgy, but small. Look at my sunburn. Look, I just got to show you. Look at this sunburn. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. That's from like an hour, maybe an hour and a half max doing our walk yesterday. Yeah. I went upstairs to, I don't know, do something. And I was like, I'm itchy. Like, what's up with that? I went in the bathroom. I was like, holy shit. I was not ready. It'll turn into a nice tan in a couple of days. Yeah, I couldn't believe that. I had like a kind of a sheer white top on yesterday with some overalls because we stylish. And you can see where it had this button thing here, and you can actually see where one side was up and one side was down. It actually doesn't look as bad today. Yesterday, you could actually see the buttons. It was so weird. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So weird. They'll be, by the end of the summer, my chest will be purple. It doesn't matter how much sunscreen or whatever I put on. Yeah. Purple. It's crazy. Ah, yes. I'm excited. I am so excited. I cannot wait to see what you have done. I was actually checking my notifications the other day because I wasn't sure. I haven't used the um oh my god, words. I haven't used the P.O Box yet. Hi, Darren. How you doing, bud? Good to see ya. I've missed you. Yeah, I haven't used the P.O Box yet. So I'm really, really hoping all goes smoothly with that. What have you been up to, Darren? Have you been behaving? Don't tell me you have, because I'll know you're lying. That's my boy. You do me proud. So, is there anything anybody wants to talk about? I've been racking my brain trying to think of something that we can all chat about, but I don't know what everybody's interest is. I was hoping there would be some uh, suggestions in the comments, but oh, of course. Look, Peggy, no, thank you. Thank you. You are a rock star. I am so excited. Oh, did court not happen? No Sarah Boo. Did court not? Which is good because I haven't looked into it yet. I think it was the last live stream I told you I would look into it. I even wrote it down somewhere. They postponed again. Is she on her 20th lawyer now? That is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. I think you'd said it was what, like 12 lawyers or something like a month ago? Paul Ferguson. No. That name's not even familiar. 8? Yeah. That's nuts. It's nuts, but it's not impressive until she's in double digits. I thought it was double digits already. I got to Google this Paul guy. I got stuck on the Gutierrez Baldwin thing, and that's really all. Really? Let's jump on Google. Paul. I lost the name. Ferguson. Aha, there you go. Haha, he pops right up. Uh-oh, we see bad things. Really? I will keep that open and I will look into him. Wow. Oh, they've got jail calls for the Paul Ferguson? The last bit of jail calls that I was reading up on were Gutierrez. I think that was just before she was sentenced. And probably why she got sentenced as hard as she did. That's crazy. I'm waiting for the Baldwin trial to start up. I'm heavily, heavily invested. I think that's supposed to gear up in June? Could be July. It could be wrong. Ah! I was watching. There's a YouTuber that I watch from time to time. He does like extreme true crime. Some pretty awful things. And he put up a 5 hour kind of best of thing. I would say more accurately, it's his most brutal cases that he's covered. At some point, I was heavily invested, so I'm head down listening to this thing and making dinner and whatever. And when I finally sat down on the couch, I totally forgot my boyfriend was there, as one does. And he was like, you listen to some pretty depressing things. I like this YouTuber. He's called Plagued Moth. Very, very brutal things that he covers. And I watch a lot of Ready to Glare, who covers a lot of really dark stuff. He's like, I always tell him he's a downer because he's always muttering about something or another. And he's like, you think I'm a downer? Are you listening to what you're listening to? I like true crime. I don't know what to tell you. I think the last binge I did like that, it was like 5 hours or so. It was all serial killer stuff. Yes, true crime is so good. It's like, I say good, but yeah, you get invested. I remember going down a rabbit hole of oh my god, I'm so bad with names. Yeah, disgusted. Yes, my boyfriend was absolutely disgusted with the shit that and I mean, it was brutal things that I was listening to, but I just get so invested. I want to find out what happened. I want to know the backstory. I want to know everything. And did they get caught, right? But then if they didn't, I get mad and whatever. And he's like, you stop listening to that stuff. Yes. I think I know what you're talking about there. The Watts case. Yes. Still trying to think of the name of the rabbit hole I fell down. It was like, I don't know, 6 months ago or something. Because it was a case that happened like when I was, I don't know, maybe 11 or 12. It was huge. Yes, abnormal psychology is fascinating. It's like all realms of psychology are absolutely fascinating to me. I love that stuff. Oh my god, that's going to kill me. Bernardo and Homolka, that's who it was. I fell down that rabbit hole like 7 months ago. Yes, trying to understand why people. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Yeah, I fell down the Bernardo Homolka rabbit hole like 7 months ago or something like that. Because I remember it happening. I was like 11 or 12. It was something like that. I was relatively young. Mm-hmm. And I remember following it in the paper, and I like, I was a kid. I never read the paper. A bitch read the paper. And it was absolutely terrifying. I mean, I think he started all his fuckery in Scarborough, and my dad lived in Scarborough. Like, I was in Scarborough on the weekends visiting my dad. Like, it was nuts. You were in your 20s. Yeah, I think I was like, I think I was like 11 or 12. It could have been a little bit older, but not much. I was around the age of the two young girls that were taken, which is why it kind of struck a chord with me. I was like, holy shit, because I mean, I was a hellion. Like, I always thought I was such a badass, right? I'm so jumpy and whatever. Like, you come up behind me, that's it. You're gonna get an elbow to the face, and I'm gonna put you to the ground. Like, I'm so jumpy. Don't sneak up on me. And my mom used to give me shit all the time. Like, there's always somebody bigger, there's always somebody stronger, there's always somebody who's crazy. Like, yeah. That name is familiar, Darren, and I'm not sure why. 1900s. Was he in um no, like England or something like that? That name is so familiar. You used to hitchhike? Oh my god. Listen, listen. That is something that has always terrified me. And I have friends that used to hitchhike. Like, oh my god. Oh my, yeah, terrifies me. Oh, from New York? Really? Oh, why is I thinking England? That name is familiar. I know that name. Hmm. I don't use gloves, Sam. Well, okay. When I do hair, like when I do like the chemical stuff with my hair, I use vinyl gloves because your girl's allergic to latex. Bad things happen with latex. So very, very occasionally, vinyl gloves. I will say, when I was hairdressing and I had to wear gloves all the time, um, for various things, it drove me nuts. I hate working with gloves; they get in the way. And even when I was a personal support worker, medical industry, you have to wear gloves. It drove me nuts, but I always made sure that they were vinyl. Yeah. Yeah, my kids get freaked out when they come downstairs. They listen for a minute to figure out what it is I'm listening to on YouTube because it's always true crime or serial killers or some kind of documentary to that effect, and they don't like that stuff. They get creeped out. They don't want to hear it. So they have to take a listen, just decide whether or not how bad do they want to come and get me, or are they just going to call me from the other room. Boo Boo's actually taken to texting me before he comes down. I was like, what are you doing? Yes, Sam likes gloves. Listen, I had a really nice pair of fingerless gloves for the car in the winter. And I used to keep them in my center console. They were so cute. They were um, like cotton woven. They were knitted. And they were black with white skulls on the tops. They were so cute. Oh, and I had another pair, I forgot, of also fingerless because for driving, um, that were suede. And they had those sparkly whatever thingies on them. So when you push them one way, it was also a skull and crossbones. They were white, and when you push them the other way, they were like neon pink. And then somebody broke into my car one night. Well, didn't break into my car. I left the thing unlocked. I've learned. Somebody got into my car and took both pairs of my gloves, all the coffee change that was in my console, a Nutri-Grain bar, and a bottle of Gatorade. And the bottle of Gatorade and the Nutri-Grain bar had been in my car for like a year and a half. So I hope they enjoyed it. Live stream people. Oh, stop moving. I will try to remember that, Sam, maybe for the next live stream. But if I was to go get my gloves, my vinyl gloves, excuse me, they're all the way up in my bedroom. So. Oh, there you go. Peggy's gotcha. I will try to remember next time, Sam. And if I don't remember, if you're in the stream, remind me. Okay. And then I will go and get them. But no gloves, no love. Darren. You're awesome, my guy. Oh, and the funny thing about the guy breaking into my car and taking completely meaningless things, all my kickboxing gear was in the back seat in a bag. So my gloves, my pads, my really, really, really good pair of shoes. Like, yeah, he could have gotten some decent money going into that. But no, he took my driving gloves, some change, probably about $4 and change. And a bottle of Gatorade and a Nutri-Grain bar that were at least a year and a half old. I thought it was hilarious. And actually, originally, I thought Boo Boo had gotten into my car. I didn't even think of somebody else getting into my car. I thought it was Boo Boo because my driver's seat was pushed right up to the steering wheel. So I thought Boo Boo was in there rummaging for shit or whatever. I don't know, teenage boys, right? Yeah, I kind of hope they drank it too, and I hope they got some food poisoning from the really old stale Nutri-Grain bar that had been literally fermenting in the sun like forever. It's funny. Yeah, sorry, Sam. Like I said, next time I will try and remember, but I'm not running upstairs to go grab final gloves. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, so poor Boo Boo got questioned about the car incident. And then going through my car, I realized that things were missing. Somebody went into my car. So lesson learned, I locked my car. I'm just surprised they didn't take any of my kickboxing gear. Anywho. Yeah, so enough about the gloves. Listen, you can be into whatever you want to be into. I ain't judging. I don't care. It don't affect me none, but I'm not running upstairs right now to go grab gloves. So deal with it and enjoy the stream or feel free to leave. Those are kind of your options. Do with that what you will. On the wall behind me. Or this thing? Yes, it's a wrought iron candle holder that you can see got bent at the bottom. Yes, it is pretty. It needs to be dusted badly. Actually, it needs to be taken down and washed. It looks really pretty with candles on it, but then I have to make sure I find dripless candles, otherwise, big mess. And I would love to get the bottom bent back into proper shape. But I got that years ago when I first moved, when I had my townhouse, and I didn't have it properly put into the wall. And it fell down one day and it bent at the bottom there. I was so sad. It actually put a dent in the floor. It's heavy. It's wrought iron. It's yeah. But thank you. Yes, it is very cool. I love it. I love iron. It's so pretty. Yes, I agree. Gothic looking, and it's hot as fuck. Actually, when I redid my porch, that's got to be like 6 or 7 years ago. What I wanted to do, but couldn't afford to do, was do a mixture of wood and iron to do the porch, to do like the, I don't know, whatever, to do the railing. I wanted a mixture of wood and iron so that the spindles or whatever would be iron. I thought that would look really cool, but I could not afford that. It's all wood. I love the look of iron and wood. I think it looks so cool. It looks very metal. Get over yourself, Sam. It ain't gonna happen, brah. Drop it and enjoy the stream, or feel free to leave. Them's your options. Mm-mm. Listen, I had a yes. Industrial music is so good. Ministry, 9 Inch Nails. Hell yeah. I got both my kids into them too. I'm so proud of myself. Actually, I think it was last year. Boo Boo went to the Freaks on Parade concert in Toronto. I was so pissed that I couldn't go. He tried so hard to get me to go with him. But it was actually last September, if memory serves, and I couldn't go because it was the first day of school and Monkey was just starting high school. It was his first time on a school bus, all that kind of stuff. Yes, we do. We have a lot in common, Peggy. And yeah, he wanted me to go with him and his buddy so bad. And I just thought it was so cool that he wanted me to go somewhere with him and his friends. But he also knew that I would be the only one to go in the pit with him. Because, yeah, I love me a pit. But yeah, and because that show was Alice Cooper, who was God. Okay. It was Ministry and Rob Zombie, who is king. I love me some Rob Zombie. Yes, that is it exactly, Peggy. Yeah, I was so pissed that I couldn't go. I was so pissed. But he took all kinds of little clips on his phone and showed them to me. Yes. It looked like it was such a good time. But you know what? Listen, okay, I'm going to be that old person for a second, okay? In these clips I was watching, everybody, skinny puppy, yes, yes. In these clips I was watching, everybody was standing there with like their phones up, just like looking, just watching, and like watching through their phones. As a musician, I would be so offended, okay? When I went to concerts, yeah, you did the lighter thing and whatever, but I mean, we were in the pit. We were all acting a fool. It was, we were engaged with the show going on. We weren't just standing there watching it through our phone. I would be so offended as an artist. Just saying. And I think at one point, I can't remember if it was Uncle Al or if it was Rob Zombie, but one of them was like, yo, what you need to do is put your phone down and engage in the show. I'd have been all up in that. Oh, yeah. Them young pups wouldn't have known what to do. I'd have been throwing people everywhere. I get so into concerts. I love them so much. I hate being around a shit ton of people. It aggravates the shit. People generally aggravate the shit out of me. But I love a concert. I love it. Didn't make it to the tattoo artist in time. Did you have an appointment? Listen, I've been chasing down tattoo artists for years to get a massive piece of work done on my back, and nobody will take my money. I've got two that haven't even like called me back or emailed me back or whatever. It's so weird. I even had a gentleman on Twitter offer to draw something up for me, which I thought was really sweet. Nice. Old school Bugs Bunny. The real Bugs Bunny. If I did something like that, listen. It would be down the side of my leg and Bugs Bunny would be in drag. 110%. What I'm looking for, yes. What I'm looking for is, it's just my upper back where the tattoo is, but it kind of goes up to my shoulder a little bit, and it's a train wreck. It's not finished. I stopped it. Done. And it's just been kind of sitting in limbo for what, like 9 years maybe? What I want to get is like I don't even know how to explain it. Like an old school movie monster motif sort of deal, all black, white, and gray. But I want it to be my entire back because I figure that's the easiest way to cover it up, is just to go super, super big. And I've been saving up for a good long while for it. So I know I have the money to get it done. Yeah, never get names, girl. Never get names. My ex-husband actually has, or had, I don't know if he still does, my name right across his arm underneath another tattoo. And it's like, it like takes the shape of the other tattoo. So it kind of becomes one tattoo. So I hope he had to have the whole damn thing covered up. I told him when he did it, we weren't even married. We were just dating. I think I was like 18. And I walked into the same tattoo shop, totally unplanned. I didn't even know he was there. And I went to get my first tattoo, and he was sitting there getting my fucking name tattooed on his arm. And I told him right then and there, you were out of your goddamn mind. Don't do it. If you think I'm getting anything of you tattooed on me, it ain't happening. Nope. No, sir. I think it's awesome. I think my current boyfriend has his ex's name tattooed on his back too. It's covered up now, but if you really look, you can see it. I've called him on it a couple of times just because I'm that bitch. I think it's hilarious. Yeah, that's like the cardinal no of tattooing. Peggy. That's so funny. Yeah, cover-ups are a pain, man. And you know what? The fact of the matter is that the majority of the tattoos that I have are to cover up somebody else's work. I've had the worst luck ever when it comes to tattoo artists. And even some of the cover-ups need to be like cleaned up. Like the line work is just horrible. Right? Right? I've kind of thought that from time to time too. Like if he still has it, like really? Like you better make sure you're dating somebody else with the same name, I'm just saying. And it's not like he just had like Jen or something. He had Jennifer tattooed on his forehead. I'm like, dude, number one, that's stupid. Don't tattoo somebody's name on you. Number two, nobody calls me Jennifer. What is wrong with you? Like the only time he ever called me Jennifer is if he was pissed at me. It's the only time anybody calls me Jennifer is when they're mad at me. Used to get free beer. Whatever does the trick, I guess. I used to play pool to get free beer. I didn't play for the table, I played for beer. It was a better incentive. Yes. The best things happen at the bar. I can remember me and my friends playing a table of guys. And the bet was the loser got hog-tied on top of the bar, and we won. And the servers all came out. They all found cord, and they came, and so that we could hog-tie the guys up. It was epic. It was epic. I wish we had cell phones so that we could have recorded it back then because it was epic. Yeah, it was a good time. I used to love to go shoot pool at the bar. But I had to be like 3 or 4 beers in first because I cannot play stone sober. I'm too self-conscious. Yeah, good times. Oddly enough, it was the same rules applied to darts. 2 or 3 beers before I could shoot darts, and I killed it every time. I don't know what's up with that. I always thought darts was kind of a dodgy thing to have in a bar, but I guess pool could be too. As we proved. I know that. The things that we would have been caught for that we got away with because there were no cameras. Facts. Mm-hmm. All right, hang on here. Oh, I can't move that. I'm going to play with a menu here for a second. Give me 1 second, guys. I hope I don't fuck shit up. Ooh, what's this? Click and see? No, that's not what I want. All right. All right. Sam is on a 5-minute timeout because he is spamming about the gloves and he has been told. So, Sam, you are on timeout for 5 minutes, my friend. I knew there was a way to deal with stuff like that. Now, I've never done this before, so I don't think he's kicked out, but he has been spanked for carrying on about damn gloves, okay? He has been told. Time out. To the corner. Listen, I ain't judging nobody. Have your thing, but you've been told. Have you been told today? Yes, several times. 5-minute timeout, brah. Hey, yeah, we all have our kinks, but come on now. I'm just saying. We are not that kind of stream. Save that shit for Patreon. Yes, listen, I got enough of that shit from Twitter the other day. There was a gentleman who was actually in one of my live streams and then left and started whining to me on Twitter because he felt he was being ignored. Yes. But we've sort of become friends on Twitter. Like, as much as you can become friends with somebody on Twitter, right? He would interact with me on posts and whatever, and we'd laugh and whatever, and it was a good time. And then he started I'm an older gentleman, I'm lonely, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, well, it happens. He wanted my phone number. He wanted my personal phone number. He wanted my personal email. He wanted, and I'm like, I'm not okay with that. And I don't do DMs on Twitter. Yeah. Because I don't want the bullshit of DMs on Twitter. So everything you say and whatever, like, everything's out in the open, or it doesn't happen at all. Like, I got to protect me, right? And then it became, you're not on here enough. I need to talk to you, blah, 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 blah. And it was like, okay, my guy, like, I'm a parent. I have kids. I have a full-time job. Like, I do other things online. Like, I'm not stuck on Twitter. Okay. We're not ever going to be making any money or whatever on Twitter. We're actually very close on YouTube. That is what I'm focusing on, is my YouTube. Okay. I love my YouTube. I've been working mad hard for like 4 years on YouTube. And yeah, so he got all pissed off about that and was like, you have all this stuff and I have nothing. And it was poor me, poor me, poor me, right? told me to go fuck myself. I was like, listen. I have been more than patient with you, bro. But we're done. Fuck me, fuck you. And I muted him because I don't block anybody. Okay. Talk your shit. I really don't care. But I also don't have to see it. So feel free to interact. I mean, the memes are hot on my Twitter. Okay. I'm funny as fuck. Enjoy. But I don't need to know anything about you anymore. So I muted him. I'm not about to put up with any fuckery on my live stream either. Don't mess with my YouTube, bro. Used to get those on Facebook. Yeah, you have to be so careful. I get people are lonely and people have social problems and whatever, but like, and I'll be friendly with anybody, like especially online. Like I actually feel more comfortable online than in person, but I ain't taking no fuckery. I don't care. Oh yeah, we nip that shit in the butt real quick. Nope. I mean, like I said, I feel more comfortable online, right? Cool. But at the same time, I mean, it's potentially more dangerous interacting online than in person, right? Like, I don't know if I'm brave or stupid, but maybe 50-50. I mean, I don't put anything information wise personal. Like I go on my YouTube and I talk about my day and random thoughts and sometimes pop culture stuff. But I would never like put my phone number or my personal email or like none of that. I don't like talking to like the friends and family that I have in the world. I don't particularly want to talk to them on the phone. Why do I want to talk to somebody from Twitter on the phone? My family and friends know to text me. You call me if it's an emergency, but other than that, I ain't picking up the phone. Oh, Peggy, I wish I got more done than I do. I tell you. Today, my plan let me tell you my plan for today, okay, was to get up in the morning. I have 5 food bags from HelloFresh that I need to cook up from the last like fucking 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure one of them is garbage. I'm pretty sure one of them is from 3 weeks ago. I have 3 more bags coming later on today. They should actually be here really soon. And I have to dust my house and sweep my floors. And I've done none of that today. HelloFresh is the shit. It's a lifesaver. And I'll tell you, it'd be so much easier and cheaper in the long run if my kids weren't here. Listen, I love my children. They can stay here as long as they need to. However, if it was just me, I would not have to hit the grocery store at all. I would be paying my, like $83 or whatever a week for my food bags. And maybe, some snacky things because we do like to snack. And my creamer. And that would pretty much be it. New ways of cooking. And is that supposed to be portion size? Yeah, we don't know her. We eat until we are content. And if that happens to be the whole box of mac and cheese or whatever, so be it. I barbecue once a year. And the reason for that is my burner pooched on my barbecue. And I just find it to be a holy nightmare trying to barbecue something and then coming inside to check, like my side dishes in the pot. But I do love to barbecue. I really do. Yes. Yes. If I could figure out how to make the burner thing on my barbecue work properly again, I would barbecue all the time. All the time. Except for in winter, because we're not about the snow. Or the cold. And, well, I guess I do. I mean, we're very boring cooking here because I'm vegetarian, which is why I do the HelloFresh, right? Because I don't know how to buy vegetarian in a healthy way. Or healthier way, let's say. Because I do get a lot of pasta from HelloFresh. And we're not complaining because it's really good. But my kids are very picky. So they're happy with chicken, fish, pork chops, and sausage. That is what I cook, and I cook it in different ways and whatever, but I mean, it's those same 4 things all the time. It's mainly like the side dishes that I play around with and make different. But yeah, very, very boring, very bland eaters, those boys. And then me, I eat to survive. I snack because I enjoy snacking. But meal-wise, I could care less. I don't care. I only eat like 1 actual meal a day. I shouldn't, but I do. I always have. But I generally graze throughout the day, right? I don't know. That would probably be the other thing I bought. If it was just me, it would be the HelloFresh stuff for like my meals, because each meal is actually 2 meals, at least for me. And sometimes when it's a really good pasta, I eat the whole damn thing. I'm like, no fucks given, and I'm not at all sorry about it. But I would also buy, extra veggies and stuff because I do like to nibble. I like to graze throughout the day. And that's iffy too. Like if I'm working, I can't eat. I'm too hot. Like I get stupid hot when I'm working. And that makes me lose my appetite. But as soon as I get home and like my core temperature goes back down and like I'm absolutely ravenous and freezing. It's hard to be crazy. I'm telling you, it's hard. Yeah. Yep, it's hard to be crazy, neurotic. Listen, it kind of is what it is, I personally enjoy it, but whatever. Yeah. But anyways, I think I'm going to boot. We're about an hour. Oh my goodness, we're just over an hour in. So I'm going to boot. I have a feeling I might actually have me check real quick. Oh, it's not here yet. My food boxes should be here soon. I don't want them sitting on the porch too long. It's hot out today. It's supposed to top out at like 26 Celsius or something today. Very nice to see you, Peggy. And I really appreciate you coming in. I'm so excited for these dreadlocks, girl. You have no idea. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see the magic that you pull out of your ass. I'm so excited. Now I'm going to boot. So thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I'm sorry my microphone was off. And I'm sorry I had to spank homeboy, but sorry, not sorry. I love you too. You take care of yourself, and we'll talk later. Bye bye now.